Yo, what is up guys and welcome to another Wild Rift video. And this boy right here, oh, he is way better than you think. You just have to play him correctly. Like you basically have Rammus believers, and then on the opposite side, people that think Rammus sucks. And honestly, the Rammus believers are the ones that truly know the potential of this champion. And then the people that are like, Rammus sucks, probably never even actually played Rammus themselves. They only think he's like some sort of a Beyblade that rolls over the map and just ganks, and that's it. But no, guys, Rammus is insane. So I'll tell you all about it during the gameplay part, about how to draft him and how to play him and everything like that. But now we're going to be focusing on his build. There's two builds that I have for Rammus. This one is my favorite. This is the build that you run when you're against a full AD composition, aka a free win when you play Rammus. Because Rammus' second ability doubles his armor. So when you build a lot of armor and you're against a full AD composition and use your second ability, you will have like 800, 900, maybe even 1,000 armor. So just so you know, like if you're against a full AD composition, it's essentially a free win to pick Rammus, just so you know. And that is, of course, what happened in the video that I'm about to show you, and you guys will see why. But yeah, against full AD composition, you go for Thornmill. It's very simple. You go Thornmill, Iceborne Gauntlet, Deadman's Plate, Sunfire Aegis, and then Randuin's Omen. And then for your runes, you go for Aftershock, Weakness, Adaptive Carapace, because you're against full AD anyways, and then Hunter Genius. And then, of course, Flash and Smite. But the normal Rammus build, this is the Rammus build that you're actually going to be running if you're against like a mixed composition. You start off with a Thornmill. Thornmill is way too good to not go because you taunt enemies with your third ability, and then they're gonna hit you, and of course they're gonna take damage because of the Thornmill. And the beauty is when you use your second ability as Rammus, you double your armor, which yes means you're doubling the damage or doubling the bonus damage from the Thornmill. So that's why Thornmill is like always gonna be your first item on Rammus because it makes so much sense on him. He uses it like 2 times more effectively than any other champion. Um, Next up, you go Wit's End, and this is to deal damage. Like Wit's End is so good on Rammus because he gets so much attack speed. Like if you always question, like why the hell do people go for Wit's End on Rammus? How does it make sense? It makes sense because Wit's End does a base amount of magic damage, and he has such a high amount of attack speed when you use your third ability. And to add to that, like the enemies are hitting you on your set during your second ability, and then you are doing so much damage with your third ability because it gives you attack speed and you deal all the damage from the Wit's End. So you can destroy squishies in 1v1s, destroy them. Third item is going to be an Iceborne Gauntlet. And then here it becomes situational. Force of Nature if you need more magic resist. Deadman's Plate if you need a Deadman's Plate. Randuin's Omen is also a really, really good one. And honestly, Zeke's Convergence is also an interesting one. If your ADC is a really good player, you can actually get away with going for a Zeke Convergence on Rammus, for sure. And then for the boots, you go for armor boots. Like armor boots are just way too good to not go as a Rammus. You don't need Mercury Threads because your ultimate makes you unstoppable. You can just rush right through anything. So you don't need Mercury Threads on Rammus. You don't need Tenacity. And for your enchantment, here's a teleport enchant, but you generally want to go for the Stoneblade enchant just to be able to tank up just a tad bit longer. And then for your runes, this is the normal build. You go for Aftershock, Weakness, which is the same. But then your third rune is always going to be a Conditioning because this makes you super tanky in the late game. And it's just honestly the best rune to go for on Rammus. The only reason that I go for the Adaptive Carapace in this build is because you're against a full AD comp anyways. So you can just use the 12 bonus armor, which is going to be better in that situation. So enough about the build. Let's now get into the gameplay. All right, on to the gameplay. Let me just see real quick. As you can see, I'm against a full AD composition. I'm trying to put my screen correctly. 1 second. Come on, can I move the screen? Yeah, there we go. I'm against a full AD composition. I already knew this was a free win. Like, the enemies could honestly just surrender the game. Because, if you know how to play Rammus, first of all, like, Rammus is good. Rammus is good. And I'll explain to you all how and why. Secondly, if you're against a full AD composition, you essentially have like an 80% chance of winning if you play it correctly. So the question is, how do you play it correctly? Um, okay, first of all, Rammus is really good at ganking because of his first ability and all of his other stuff. But secondly, Rammus truly comes online at level 5. Sure, you can gank at level 3, Like after you do this clear, you clear the stones, then the red buff, and then these guys, you get level 3. You can gank mid lane, yes. And you can even use your flash during your first ability. But that's not the true power of Rammus. The true power of Rammus comes at level 5. And that is why I like to do a full jungle clear with Rammus. First of all, he's actually pretty fast at taking jungle. Secondly, you get level 5. And then when you get level 5, you gank. Like you either gank mid lane or top lane. It's so unbelievably easy to gank as a Rammus when you reach level 5. Like even if the enemy is playing super safely, you can still gank them as a Rammus. Just get yourself a sweeper, which is the red helicopter, and gank them. Like jump on them with your ultimate, use your third ability, use your second ability, use the blue smite and kill them. Like kill them. Even if they flash away, they should not have enough time to survive. Like if you properly gank them, they should not have time. So let me quickly explain to you how to draft Rammus. Obviously against full AD comp, but that's not always gonna happen. That's only like 5% of the games. But then the other 95% of the games, I'm telling you guys right now, in the correct scenarios, Rammus is like so broken, even if the enemy has magic damage. So there is one thing that counters Rammus like no other. One thing. Test your knowledge in the comments. You should know this one. This one is easy. One thing. In the whole game, there's one thing that Rammus absolutely despises. I think that's how you say it. If you don't know this one, then honestly you have no idea about Rammus. If you know this one, you're already on your way on playing Rammus. So let me know in the comments. Pause the video right now because I'm going to reveal it. True damage. True damage. Olaf absolutely destroys Rammus. Garen destroys Rammus. Vayne, I don't even want to talk about what Vayne does with Rammus. It's like, it's probably illegal to talk about what Vayne does to Rammus. That's how much he destroys him. True damage, guys. Look at this enemy composition. Do they have any true damage? They have an Akshan, they have a Jhin, they have a Graves, they have Lucian. That is no true damage at all. Which means I can soak up that damage so easily. Camille, for example, also counters Rammus because, yes, true damage. That is the one thing you gotta be careful of. Look, here I reached level 5, and of course I'm gonna gank him. Look, it's this easy. Look at how easy it is. I airbore him, and then I taunt him, and I smite him, and he's dead. You reach level 5, you gank. And it really doesn't matter who you gank. You're gonna get a kill. You're just gonna get the kill. I didn't use a sweeper there because I ganked from my own jungle. I knew he didn't have vision there. But if I had ganked from behind, like from here, I would have used my sweeper so he wouldn't see me coming and it would be a free kill anyways. Now I gotta wait for my ultimate cooldown again. I can gank without it. Like, look, you can still do this. You see what I'm doing here? I'm ganking him. Boom. Third ability, second ability. And then about the smite timing, let me tell you when you should smite. First of all, you take blue smite on Rammus. You go in, either with your ultimate or without, but essentially you ult, you airborne the enemy with your ultimate, then you taunt them. No, sorry, you either airborne them with your ultimate, or you airborne them with your first ability. It's one or the other, right? Because your ultimate is of course better, but so you airborne them, then you taunt them with your third ability. And after the taunt, when it goes off, that's when you use the blue smite. No, not before. After. After your full CC combo, that's when you use your blue smite if you still need to slow the enemy, which gives you more movement speed and it slows the enemy, which should allow you to catch them up. If you haven't killed them yet, of course. Which you probably should have. So that should be your timing. And honestly, it's pretty easy to play Rammus. It's really pretty easy. You know what's also really fun to do with Rammus? When you reach the late game and you get Iceborne Gauntlet, Rammus can make the biggest icy area out of any other champion in the game. Because your second ability gives you the bonus armor. So if you basic attack the enemies after your second ability, you're gonna create an icy area that is like, it's so unbelievably huge. You just have to see it in late game. Look, this is a free kill. Like, just look at how much damage I'm dealing to him. It's like, combined with the amount of CC that I have, and combined with how easy it is to gank. It's so easy to gank enemies. Another thing, by the way, Rammus is pretty decently fast at taking dragon. It's not the fastest, but not the slowest either. Like, he's decently fast at taking dragon. It's because the second ability, third ability gives you attack speed, so you're pretty decently fast at taking dragon. Like, this is just a free dragon for me, as you can see. I'm just taking it, boom, and boom. There we go. I'm probably gonna invade him. Yeah, there you go. Like, I'm gonna invade him. Ah, there's no jungle. Oh, there it is, actually. Jhin. I could actually just gank Jhin from behind. I could genuinely... Like, this is what Rammus can do. I think I do it. Like, now that I'm looking at the game, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna gank. Yeah, there we go. So, like, just look at this. This is what Rammus can do. Not many champions can do this. Look at how easy. Boom. Second ability, third ability. I actually used my smite early because I was gonna kill him anyways. I just wanted to kill him a bit faster. But my point still stands. You normally want to use smite after. But I was gonna kill him anyways. That's why I didn't really care there. I just used it. So like, you see that Rammus can just gank from anywhere. You know, with or without ultimate. Obviously, the ultimate is much better. Because the ultimate also creates a slowing aura. Like, you're essentially forcing the enemy to flash away. If you ult the enemies, especially combined with your first ability, you're essentially forcing them to flash away. Because they're never gonna get out of that. Because you're airborning them, you're taunting them, and then while you're doing that, the slow is racking up, and it racks up to 80%. And then when you get the Iceborne Gauntlet, it slows them even more. So like, that's the thing with the Rammus. That is the beauty of Rammus. And during team fights, you're so good as well during team fights because you're such a nice tank for your team. You engage, you knock up enemies, you taunt the important enemy. Like, look at this here, look at this here. I didn't hit anyone, but... Oh, well, that actually kind of sucked, not gonna lie. That was pretty bad. Yeah, that was... Ah, my team saved me. So like, there you can see I did miss my ultimate, which put me in a pretty bad spot actually. So it's indeed very important to hit your ultimate. Of course, because you knock up the enemy and you slow them. It's a massive part of his kit. Rammus is a late game champion, by the way, just so you know. Like, early game he sucks. But after level 5 you get a decent power spike. I accidentally ran into the minion there, by the way. But then the later you get into the game, the harder he becomes to deal with for the enemies. Unless they have true damage, of course. Like, if they have a Vayne, you're not a late game champion anymore because you just get demolished. But I'm talking about, like, you really need to draft Rammus correctly, as I said. Never ever pick him against true damage because he gets absolutely hard counted by it. And there is actually another reason why he gets hard counted by true damage. Because the items that you go for don't give you a lot of health. Wits End gives you 0 health. Thornmill only gives you like 200 health. Iceborne Gauntlet gives you... actually, didn't they change Iceborne Gauntlet? Doesn't it give you health now? Wait a minute. Yeah, they changed Iceborne Gauntlet recently. It does give you health now. But still, it's not a lot. It's not that much health. So like, essentially, you don't have that much health. You just have a lot of resists. That's why true damage counters him so damn hard. I can get my Iceborne Gauntlet. Guys, the fun really begins when you get the Iceborne Gauntlet. It's like you're ulting the enemy and you have the Iceborne Gauntlet. It's just... it's perma slows. It's perma CC, honestly. And no one can outrun you. I tried to smite it, but he took it. That's sad. Let's see. Graves is just dead. Like, he's gonna jump over the wall, but I'm gonna catch up to him. I would have caught up to him, but he flashed. I want to get my Iceborne Gauntlet. Come on. There is a Jhin in bot lane, by the way. I can literally kill him whenever I want to. Like, if there is a champion like that in a bot lane, pretty much any ADC, except for Vayne. I'm always gonna say it because Vayne is an exception. Any ADC that is alone is a free kill for Rammus. You just go on them, you ult them, you taunt them, you slow them, and you kill them. You can just do that. Look, here I can just jump over the wall. And Jhin is dead. Like, he's just dead. He can't... Oh, look at that icy area. Look, he can't escape. He can't escape. You see that? I didn't even have to smite him. He literally can't escape. The only way he could escape is by flashing away. But even then, he won't be able to get out of my icy area. And it gets much bigger. It gets much bigger. I remember. It gets like twice as big later on in the game. If you don't believe me, then just watch this till the end. Like, trust me. Trust me, if you've never seen it before, you're gonna want to see it. Because it's crazy. Like, right now I get 500 armor when I use my second ability and I get this icy area. But later on in the game, I got like 900 armor. So that's the moment you guys are gonna be waiting for because it's absolutely crazy. I'm not using the Herald in mid, by the way, because mid lane is already very low. I can just take it. Yeah, there we go. I can just take it. Come on. There we go. Ooh, Lucian is actually doing a lot of damage. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Look at that. Look at how crazy that is. Especially because you're also using the Aftershock rune. It makes you even tankier when you CC the enemy. It's like honestly unfair. Like it's honestly unfair. Like look at this. Look at this. What can she do? What can she do? Like what can she do? Tell me what she can do. Nothing. She can't escape that. Like champions like Nami get absolutely hard countered by Rammus because Rammus is the type of champion that can very easily dive to the enemy backline. So champions like the Nami, like the Sorakas, like the Sonas for example, really struggle against Rammus because they want to be in the backline, they want to be safe, but Rammus becomes unstoppable and dives them with ultimate and knocks them up and single-handedly targets them out. But like Lucian, for example, Lucian is actually pretty good against Rammus because he can dodge your stuff. Like here you can see I flashed into him just so he wouldn't be able to dodge it. And you can see it. Even though he flashed away, he can't escape. Like he can't escape. We're at that point of the game where the icy area is big enough that he just literally can't escape. Oh, this is a problem though. I got stunned out of my first ability. I can just smite it. Yep. I can go back in. Where's Nami? She should be dead. Knocked up, second ability, and I mean look at this. I mean look at this. It's just, it's crazy, isn't it? It's crazy. I literally just keep going. I don't stop. I'm legendary and I just keep going because I can. I'm just constantly roaming around the map. And that's the thing with Rammus as well. If you're snowballing, you have to keep going. But if you're not snowballing, it's okay. Farming is also fine with Rammus because he's pretty fast at farming. This was really stupid, by the way. I gave a massive shutdown to Lucian. Like, it's okay to farm as a Rammus because, as I said, he skills into the late game and he farms pretty fast. It's not the fastest, but it's pretty fast. Look, when I use my second ability, I gain 350 armor, and my attacks will do even more damage because it skills with armor. And as I said, if you have a Wit's End, you get more attack speed and you do magic. Oh, it just all adds up to each other with this champion, guys. Make sure you give the video a like, by the way, you know. It took me some time to master Rammus as well. But of course, that's what I do before making videos, you know. I have to master a champion, really know all the ins and outs before I make the video. So I hope you guys appreciate that. And for you guys that have been waiting for a Rammus video for a really long time, I'm sorry, but this is the way that I do things. But I got you guys a Rammus video now. And I'm telling you right now, Rammus is definitely viable in high elo. Definitely. Look at that icy area, by the way. Like, if anyone tells you he's not, they're wrong. They're wrong. Rammus is literally viable in competitive. Rammus gets picked in competitive. Look at this. Boom. And Lucian is dead. He can't escape. I actually feel bad. Like, I actually feel bad for this Lucian. Because he can't, there is no counterplay. You have certain champions that have no counterplay. Rammus is also one of them. There is literally no counterplay to what I did to them. I smited him and he's taunted. He's dead. Look at that area. Look at that area. You saw that icy area. That was huge. Oh my god. Seriously? Screw off with your noob ass. He's talking to me. Just so you guys know. Only reason you're winning because these diamond monkeys didn't take it. Oh, I think that guy apologized after the game. That was the guy that apologized to me. He was like, sorry, I trash talked you. Ah, I see. So that is him. Okay, got it. So in this game, I went for a Sunfire Aegis because I have so much armor. I'm just going for a Sunfire Aegis because it will give me even more damage. And like, I'm literally unkillable. Only Lucian could probably kill me. He's dead. Even if I miss, he's just dead. That icy area. Did you see that? Have you ever seen an icy area that big? No other champion can do that. That's crazy. And you're dead. Honestly, they should just FF this game. They can't win anymore. Like they just can't win anymore. It's over. I can just use my first ability and ult to the Jin. Like look, or Nami, whatever. I'll kill anyone. I see. Oh, yeah. Look, he deals 0 damage to me. He just dealt 90 damage to me with his ultimate. 90 damage. I love Rammus. And I love that the enemy just surrendered the game. So let's take a look at how much damage I did. Oh, come on. Yeah, I showed the damage. Nice. Let's take a look at how much damage I did and everything like that. Like we always do. Oh, wait. My friend is streaming. Should check her out. MVP, of course. Look at that. I even dealt the most damage. I actually didn't tank the most damage. Somehow, someway, Camille tanked more damage than me. But yeah, my hair is all over the place, but I'm going to the barber tomorrow. So thank you guys so much for watching. And I will see you all in the next Wild Rift video. Bye-bye.